welcome to another moveset review. And this time, it's Kihiro Gojo, the daughter of Suketto Zenin, which was the last moveset I made. This one's pretty peak. It's about it's a zoner moveset, like Hanami. So it's at its strongest when your opponent's at about this far away from you, but you can still go in and attack close range if you want. You'll just probably get your ass kicked. Alright, so starting out, we have 3 variants for the first move. In fact, this actually ties into the gimmick where you have 3 modes. And you switch using the R special, which has a 1-second cooldown, which you'll probably see me change in the pinned comment when I inevitably end up making balance changes, but whatever. So you switch with your R and you have 3 modes. You have a defense mode, an offense mode, and a movement mode. So starting out with your defense mode, you create a quicksand, which I can't show you what it does without something moving. So let's go into here and make a dummy use it. Okay, we're gonna go into here and let's make a dummy use it. So when you step into the quicksand, it makes you really slow. You can't front dash, you can't side dash, you can't jump, but you can still M1 and block, so you're not totally defenseless. It just makes it easier to catch your opponent with any of your moves. Your second move, if I can get into the elevator, your offense mode, your offense variant summons a spike. And what this spike does is every half a second, half a second to a second, I believe, every second it does 7 damage, I believe, and gives you 0.5 stun. And obviously your opponent would get, also it hits you, so do not go into the spike. But you can do something like this. You can hit them into it, and it hits ragdoll, so that'll get you some good damage. And for the third, there are 5 variants to this move. Oh my god. Okay. So the third variant, or the third main variant, is making this. Did I forget to put the roof back on? Anyways, so the third main variant is you create a pillar for movement. And this is balanced because when you're up here, your regeneration is disabled. As you can see here, I'm not regenerating. I'm actually constantly taking damage, but it matches the regeneration, hence why it's disabled. But the regeneration will turn back on right after you get hit or after the pillar disappears. So either get hit or just wait it out on top. You can do this to like get some cooldowns too. Like you can do this to get your cools off. If you do it wrong though, your opponent can't just follow you up there. So if you have like a ramp like this, since they have collisions on, you can actually climb up the ramp and chase the person at the end of it, which is quite cool. So your second move is Stone Katana, which I literally just ripped from Suketto, and it's literally just Suketto's katana retrieval, but like a little bit different. It's the exact same concept. You get on and you create a katana made out of stone. And this katana has a durability system where you get 6 hits, you get 6 M1s, 1 durability per M1 that uses the katana, so the 4th M1 doesn't count, because it's a kick. And then this takes 2, because it's 2 hits. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the katana is supposed to disappear. I need to fix that. I wasn't fully aware of this. I knew it was like a thing that happened, but I wasn't sure how, blah blah blah. Anyways, so your third move is Rush, where you kick a rock into the air and you throw some spikes at your opponent. That's the 4th move, which I misclicked. So this is Crusher, and as you can see, it signifies where it's going to hit, and then it slams your opponent with a slab of rock. It's pretty fun. It's kind of fun to use, honestly. So you also have a variant for Stone Katana where after you have the katana equipped, you can press 3 and then 2 really fast, throw it at your opponent, and it applies a bleed effect, which you cannot see on the dummy because it has too much HP. So, back to the first move. The fourth variant for technique is after the third M1, you can use it in place of the fourth M1 and do that. And that does some boosted damage, and the cooldown for technique is reduced after you use it. So it doesn't put you on an entire cooldown for something kind of simple. And then the fifth variant is during a dash, you can press it, and you can instead backtrack on your dash to get some range. And I don't believe... Yeah, you can't use it after you've hit the dummy. I timed it really well. I eyeballed that timing, by the way. I never verified. I just checked that now. I never verified it before. So awesome. Anyways, so you're probably wondering the ultimates. There are 3 ultimates to this moveset, and they all correspond to the different modes. I'm gonna have to leave because some of them are big. Some of them have like some big motion to them, you know. So the first one, let's start with the defense mode again. The first one is a trap, similar to the quicksand, except this time it does a ton of damage. This is the highest damage one, where if you press Alt and they spike your face, and it does a ton of damage. It does 80 damage, just about, and it applies a red effect to your screen. So it just makes it kind of annoying to look around. But, you know, it's not blockable or anything, but it's like the most straightforward, and all of these can be cancelled, by the way. If you can hit them in startup and cancel them. The second one is the offense mode. I'm gonna switch back to that real quick. So in the offense mode, you create spikes, and those do about 30 damage, and they apply a bleed effect afterwards. And there are 2 stages to this bleed effect. The first stage is 3 damage every half a second, just about. For a total of, let's just see, that much. So like 60-70%. Funny numbers. And then the second stage bleed effect is 1 damage every second, which negates your opponent's regeneration, and this lasts until you hit them. And the third ultimate is, I think this is the funnest one, but it's also kind of the hardest to hit. It's like funner, more to mess around with it. The movement mode, and it's a buffed version of the technique. So you go on and you create a giant pillar, and you can actually steer it downwards this time too, so you can actually hit people. And it's very low damage, but it's easy to like follow people around if you don't get your screen clogged up with these blocks. These ones don't have collision, these big ones. So unfortunately you can't create like a path for you and your friends to like run down majestically, but it is quite cool. And that's the moveset. That's it. That's actually all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed the lore on screen. There isn't much because she's relatively a new OC compared to Suketto. So there isn't too much that she's done. And these OCs are made for like RP and like other areas. So her lore kind of develops really slowly whenever other people feel like, you know, RPing and stuff. That she's gonna die in the future though. She's gonna die in canon. Later.